narrowing it down to one is obviously a difficult task because depending on who we're talking to, different things are impacting everybody. But I would say that across the board, Missourians are struggling and they're frustrated with the way that the Missouri government is not functioning. We hear often about access to affordable health care. We've had 18 rural hospitals close in the last decade here in Missouri. There are places in our state where you have to drive over an hour to get to an emergency room, and that's just completely unacceptable. I would add to that those problems some infrastructure conversations. Again, there are places in the state of Missouri that don't have access to broadband internet access still. And so when we're talking about keeping young people in our state, getting businesses to come here, that infrastructure problem of not having access to internet is a really big deal. We could add our crumbling roads and bridges to that. And the other thing that I would say is our public education system is extremely suffering. Missouri used to be a place where the rest of the nation looked to for education. Now we are the lowest funded and the lowest paid teachers in the whole country, and that's unacceptable.
Well, the biggest issue facing Missourians is clear. It's crime. It's keeping our communities safe. It's keeping our neighborhoods to the point where you can go out and walk your neighborhood and you're not afraid to do that. I hear that from one end of Missouri to the other, small communities and large communities. And the issue has been that some people, have decided to not fund the police. They've defunded the police. That, to me, is insane. We are a nation in a state of law and order, and we need to make sure we give the men and women in blue who are protecting our communities every day the resources that they need to protect our communities and put the bad guys in jails. It seems like some people are making it easier to be a criminal than a cop. That's just not right. That's backwards. We've got to make sure we've got great prosecutors in place, and then when we put these people in jail, they need to stay in jail until they're ready to come out so that we don't have continued recidivism. Keeping our community safe is our #1 priority. I've said all along, when my hand comes off the Bible, should I be chosen to be governor, our day one crime plan will be enacted immediately.